it's the 1.9 video, and for this video I'm just really showing you how to complete your brainstorming for part of the end of the unit summative assessment. So you'll see in your packet that it explains that Unit 1, Lesson 9 is outline, drafting, paragraphs, write paragraphs. The lesson objective, students will be able to write a paragraph that analyzes a symbol from a raisin in the sun and connect it to the American dream. So that's what you're going to do for the end of the unit summative assessment. Right now you're watching the video, and I'll explain the example, and then you should plan your paragraph in here, and finally you're going to turn in the assignment for the mastery check. There's a 1.9 mastery check Google document in Schoology that you're actually going to complete for the mastery check, and it's a 20-point mastery check this time. So let me tell you a little bit about the end of the unit summative assessment. It asks you to write 2 paragraphs, one about a raisin in the sun and one about the movie Problemista. We'll watch that next week. So if you're wondering what the heck is Problemista, I've never heard of that. It's because we haven't watched it yet. In 1.9, you'll start planning for the summative by brainstorming and creating a draft of the paragraph about raisin. Then we're going to kind of take a break after you plan your paragraph for a raisin in the sun, watch the movie Problemista, and then plan a paragraph for Problemista, and then write both paragraphs as the end of the unit summative assessment. All right, so let's take a look at how to get started planning your paragraph on a raisin in the sun. First of all, the prompt, the question that we are going to be answering for this end of the unit summative assessment is, how does a raisin in the sun use symbolism and characterization to make a point about the American dream? And in order to start thinking about this, we want you to pick a character from a raisin in the sun. Now, in the sample, I have chosen Asagai. Asagai is a fairly minor character, and we don't want you to choose that character to write about. So I'm using that as an example. However, you are going to choose either Walter, Ruth, Benitha, or Mama to write about, not Asagai. So for a reminder, since my sample is going to be about Asagai, let me go through some of the information that we know about this character. We've got some basic information from page 60, 56, 61, 134 about how he's a rather dramatic looking young man. He's a student. Benitha calls him an intellectual. He's been in Canada and sent home to Nigeria for robes and records that he then gifts Benitha. And he argues with Benitha about her mutilated, as he calls it, straightened hair, and at the end of the play about being an idealist or a realist. His dream and how he's fighting for it, well, it's progress in Africa. Obstacles include history, doubt. He's only one person. Africa's an entire continent. And a good quote that shows his dream is here from page 134. I will look about my village at the illiteracy and disease and ignorance, and I will not wonder long, and perhaps I will be a great man. Finally, what symbol is connected to this character? Oh, maybe it's the idea of a circle and a line. Back on page 134, where he talks to Benitha after she's found out the money is gone. She says, you know what, it's like we're all just walking in a circle and making up our own picture of reality, but we're not moving. We're just stuck there going round and round. Asagai says, no, progress is a line that never ends. And as long as you're moving, you are making a change. You're affecting things. No matter how long it takes, change will come, even if we can't see it because it's too far into the future. Okay, so that's a reminder about who Asagai is. And in your packet, I want you to choose a character to write about. you're going to choose either Ruth, Walter, Beneatha, or Mama. And so the first question is to just choose one. And then you can circle it or underline it. Who do you like best? And one document that you're going to find helpful is in the 1.9 folder in Schoology, which is a good quotes from a Raisin in the Sun document. And this is going to remind you a little bit about the characters too. So you can use your previous notes in your packet, or you can or this document with the good quotes to help you choose your character. So Mama, a reminder of who she is. Here she is. We've got some symbols connected to her and some good quotes, things that she said that were important. And then, of course, we have Beneatha, her daughter, Walter's sister. She's also called Benny. Some symbols that are connected to her, some quotes about Beneatha. We've got Walter, symbols connected to him, quotes about him. And then Ruth, symbols connected to her, and some quotes that are either said by her or about her or connected to her. Okay, so this document's going to be really helpful. If you have no idea which character to choose, you might want to open that document and read through it to choose your character. All right, so you'll circle that character and then just tell me why you chose the character. So I chose Assegai because I liked his idea of idealism and that he was this romantic interest for Beneatha. The next question is, what is this character's dream? So sometimes this is actually harder to figure out than it seems, because at first it seems like a character's dream might be something very specific, something that you can put a price tag on, like the liquor store, right, for Walter. But in the end, if you think about it, Walter's dream wasn't just to have a liquor store. It was something a little bit bigger than that. So spend some time thinking about the character's dream. Use the good quotes document to help you determine what you think it is. For Assegai, we said that his dream was progress in Africa. Why is this their dream? Well, for Assegai, he considers himself an idealist. And so he sees the world the way he wants it to be. And he believes in working for change to make it that way that he wants it to be. And so his idea of a line that moves into an infinity is probably the symbol that connects to that dream. We want you to find a symbol. Use the good quotes document to help you find one. And then include a quote with a page number. This quote should be connected to or about the symbol. And here's a reminder to use the good quotes document in Schoology in the 1.9 folder. All right, then you're going to draft a thesis statement about the play and Hansberry's commentary on the American Dream. You may use the sentence frame as a guide. So only write about a raisin in the sun for this sample. And here's my sample on Assegai's dream. In A Raisin in the Sun, Assegai's dream is to bring progress to Africa, and Lorraine Hansberry uses the symbol of a geometric line into infinity to represent how progress never ends for an idealist. All right? So use the sentence frame. You're going to start, everybody's going to start their thesis statement the exact same way. In A Raisin in the Sun. And then you're going to fill in everything that has brackets around it. So your character, A Raisin in the Sun, in A Raisin in the Sun, blank's dream is, and then fill in what that dream is. And Lorraine Hansberry uses the symbol of, fill in the symbol to represent, and then fill in what the symbol represents. Again, here is the sample. The second step is to actually plan out your paragraphs. And to plan out your paragraph, and this is a should do, so you'll lose a point when you turn in your packet if you don't do this, and it will help you to write your summative assessment later if you do this. So you're going to include the main point of your character or of your paragraph, include the evidence, and then include the explanation. All right, and there's room for you to do that there. Once you're done with the 1.9 work in the packet, you can complete the document in Schoology. Good luck, and as always, let us know what you need help with.